Let's make this wire wrap Starburst crystal Suncatcher together. Hey there, I'm Amrita from Atria Jewelry. Welcome. Materials you will need: 20 gauge copper wire. Now I've cut myself quite a bit. I've cut myself 60 inches, but we likely won't use all of it. I think it's always better to have extra, and then you can use the cutoffs for other projects. And then I have I have 7 in here, but I'm going to be using 6 of these faceted 8mm beads, and then 6 of these flat 4mm beads, and both are metallic. And then I have some extra beads and a faceted drop for the Suncatcher here. So let's see how this turns out. Tools you will need: a ruler, a flush cutter, a bent nose or chain nose pliers, needle nose or chain nose pliers, so you need 2 pairs of pliers, a round nose or a 6-step bail making plier. I like the 6-step looping pliers because then my loops are more consistent. And last but not the least, a metal or jeweler's file. To start, I'm going to find the midpoint of the wire and then take my 6-step looping pliers and go to the 3rd step and cross the wire over and twist 3 times. And I'm doing this so that we have a place to hang this Starburst Suncatcher once we're done. And then I'm going to slide on this one large bead here. I'm sliding it onto one of the 2 wires. And I'm going to twist it 1, 2, and you can count the twists, but what I prefer to do is have a ruler out to measure them out. And so I'm going to try to get 1.5 inches off of this. So 1 more twist, and that's 1.5 inches from that bottom of that bead. And then we're going to separate that and then go up. And I'm going to slide on the smaller crystal. I'm just going to move this stuff out of the way so that you can see what I'm doing here. And so this is going to be our top branch, so that's 1.5 inches. And then we're going to have this for about 1 inch. It's going to be a shorter sunburst. And so what I would do with that is measure 1.5 inches up here, because when we twist, we will lose some of that length. And then bend this over to make a kind of a petal. And then again we will twist. So just keep twisting till you get the feel of this the more you do it. Keep twisting till this tightens up here, and the twists are pretty even. So then now you'll see it's a little over 1 inch of that till the point of under the bead. And then again we'll pull that apart and add the next big bead. And now, because we want that to be 1.5 inches, I'm going to measure 2 inches out from this point. So that's 2 inch. Oops, let's try this. So right there, and then bend this. And then I'm going to pull this over, and then we're going to twist that. There. Yeah. Pull that apart. And now I'm going to do this side. So again, go up up inch and a half, and then bend that over, so when we slide the bead on, we have that stay at that bend. I'm just going to double check the length a little more. There we go. So now we're going to measure this again to 2 inches, and then bring that wire down. So we've got this starburst started. So that's the top half. Then again, 1.5 inches. Sliding this bead on. That was Leo's dinner alarm, so I had to go give him his wet food. He lives for that. He pretends he's starving to death till he gets wet food. Barely eats the dry kibble. I keep flipping this and doing this alternately because we want to make sure we have equal number of bursts on either side, because we started with one up here and we'll end with the sixth one down here. And so I have 1, 2, 3 large ones on one side and 1, 2 and the third large one here. So I have one more small one to finish. 3 on the side, 2 here, 1 here. So we basically at the end of this will have 6 large bursts and 6 small ones. Now for this last one, we are going to cross these over as close as we can get it. And twist. And I'm twisting these 2 wires together till we get 1.5 inches. I'm just backing that off to get the bead on here. And close this out. And here, to close it out, because we are going to have this set here, I'm going to hold this straight out and wrap this one around this 3 times. And I use pliers just to get that next to each other. And then snip this off. Then I'm going to make another loop here, and that way we can dangle some beads of the crystals underneath. I'm going to wrap this 3 times. And then we're going to snip this off and tuck that in. And then just adjust these, and you can do this at the end once we have all the beads attached, because it's going to move again. And here is our beautiful starburst. So now let's finish off this Suncatcher. I'm going to use this 20 gauge wire. To finish the Suncatcher, we're going to be using a series of wrapped loops. So if you've not already watched my video on how to make the perfect wrap loop for a Suncatcher, I'm going to link that in the cards above and down in the description below. I'd encourage you to watch that first and then come back to this, or finish watching this and go watch that, because I don't go into as much detail here. There I tell you exactly how to make those wrap loops. So I'm going to order this in a way where we have this crystal down here at the bottom, and then just arrange these to see how I want it. Put that up here. Yeah, I think we'll do it that way. So I'm going to put this crystal on here. And then wrap. And this is a lollipop wrap loop. I have a couple of videos of how I do this, so I'll make sure to link them up in the cards and down in the description below. But I'm also doing it here, and I won't speed it up. Probably play some music here, but just so that you can see what I'm doing. And this technique can be used for different things to make your necklaces, earrings, bracelets. It's a beautiful wrap loop. This bead looks really old, or does it look nice? I can't decide. I feel like it looks old, so I'm gonna chuck this one and maybe replace it with another crystal. Maybe we'll do this orange in here. slide this on to connect it, and then wrap 3 times again. And for this one, we are going to make a second loop to make it an 8, so we can connect it to this loop down here to finish it with this drop. There. And then again, I'm going to hold that and wrap this 3 times. This totally was not intentional, but I just found something. Look at that shape that formed here. This beautiful, beautiful heart shape. Right there. See that? That is so cool. Okay. That's really neat. So I'm going to attach this 8 loop here to the top to finish off the Suncatcher. This way we can hang this on a hook in the window. If you don't have this, you can use a jump ring. You can make one. It's just a simple 8 loop. I've used the large step of the looping pliers to make one loop, and then the smallest step to make the loop in the opposite direction. And here we go. Here is the completed Starburst Suncatcher. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a beautiful day.